All right, welcome everybody to the regional tournament here in Hopkins, Minnesota for the WASA Marquette Golden Eagles versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the first time we've seen this team this season, although we have seen them in previous seasons. They've got some great shooters on the floor. Marquette should be competitive in this game. And on the court, you've got Macri taking the tip, and Lucy, Kat, Taylor, and Sydney with your starting five. And we'll get tipped off here in just a moment. I know several players are excited, particularly Sydney, that Hopkins High School is the home of Paige Beckers, now playing in the W banners as well. So that's always great to see. Adapted softball. And adapted soccer among a couple of adapted sports that are up there. So should be a fun time here in Hopkins, Minnesota. Round one of the regional tournament. Marquette versus Minnesota. Ball is up. Mac gets a tip back to Sydney. Here comes Marquette. Over to Mac. Mac can hit the shot from that side if he likes to. There is a shot clock, of course, at the varsity level, but there's plenty of time. Ball swings over to Kat. Kat's going to take her shot. A little too strong. Here comes Minnesota. The ball handler here, number 12, is also a great shooter. Can't let her to the hoop like that. Severe lapse in defense to start off this game. Surprising Marquette, one of the elite defenders in the league. Taylor settles down behind Sydney. Left-handed shot. Does not get a shooter's roll this time. Here comes Minnesota. Taylor is picked out in the back. Lucy's also picked for a short time. Defense is back, though. Sydney's got the rebound. Over to Kat. We might have a little lag in the scoring here as our scorekeepers arrive after a long travel early this morning. And Kat ties it 2-2. .30 in close, dishes it down to 32. That's too high for him. He didn't know if the ball was for him or not. Ball must have been tipped. They call it Minnesota ball. Hard to see that from here, but nonetheless, Minnesota basketball. .12, great shooter. Misses the second one there. Hopefully she does not warm up. Sydney's got the basketball with Gianni out on the sideline. Sydney becoming the primary ball handler here. She sneaks into the lane, decides to drop it off to Kat. She's got a nice dive. Not typical for a dive to handle the ball there, but it may work out for Marquette. Taylor sneaks to his spot and cashes in. Marquette's up 4-2. Ball swings over to the weak side. Nice cut to the middle. Nice spin off the board. Number 30 ties it. You can see or hear the Minnesota crowd here. Pretty much a home game for them with a hometown audience. It's beautiful here in the western suburbs of Minneapolis. About 40 degrees now, and it's going to get up to 50 degrees and sunny today. Hopefully, wherever you are, enjoying a beautiful sunny day. Taylor's going to settle in behind Lucy. The jump is way too late, but Taylor off the back of the rim. It's Minnesota basketball. You can see on the sideline, Coach Jordan giving Gianni some tips. of what he sees in the game. 32's been down there a while. No 3-second call. Shot misses. Gianni's ready to check into the game. Meanwhile, Sydney's carrying the ball. Gets it over to Taylor. Taylor's going to nestle behind Mack. No jump. And Taylor makes him pay. Got to jump out on Taylor post, otherwise he's going to make you pay. They had a nice pick and roll set up there. Had they jumped, Mack would have cut to the hoop. So they had to pick their poison. 32 left way down below. Not able to connect, but gets the foul call. May not be a bad foul depending on his free throw shooting ability. Gianni will check in just a moment. Full timeout for Coach Jordan. He'll talk it over with his team. They're up 6-4. All right, Gianni checks in for Lucy. All right, 32, despite missing some close layups, cashes in on the free throw. All right, so 32 makes him pay on the free throw line. We'll keep an eye on that. Gianni's got the basketball. He's got the speed. Out to Cat in the middle. Taylor's got a nice situation behind Sydney. Nestles right in. Looks like they're going to dare Marquette to shoot. And that dare is cashed in by Taylor Post. He's got 6. Marquette's up 8-6. Cat comes back into defense after getting picked out. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. .32 has just not been able to cash in at the rim. Here comes Marquette. Mack takes his fall, hopefully for the tournament. He always gets one in. That one looked a little bit gentle compared to others. Sydney's shot just falls out. Mack's going to get back up. So hopefully he's got that out of his system. In addition to the high school talent on the floor, you'll also notice one of the referees in the chair over on your right-hand side is JB, Paralympian gold medal athlete, often referees many of these games. Great to see him out here. .12, normally a phenomenal shooter, has not been able to connect. They mistakenly reset the shot clock, so they're going to bring that shot clock down probably to about 10 seconds or so. Minnesota tournament, always a fantastic tournament. The Courage Kinney folks out here have volunteers out in strength. Great friends on the Minnesota teams. This year, this tournament actually happens to be the regional tournament. Typically, this tournament happens earlier in the year, but they postpone it to this February so that it could be the national tournament. Whoever finishes here in first place gets an automatic bid, although you have at least 3 teams here that are headed to the national championship, with Nebraska playing in that middle court behind us in Kansas City, the #1 team in the country, as well as your Golden Eagles, all likely to make that national tournament despite the outcome, but everybody still wants to be the conference champ. They're just yo-yoing. Oh, they decide to jump. Pays off. Ball bounces out. Catherine, ball too far. Ball weirdly stays inbounds. Must have been some kind of spin on that ball. Ball off the front of the rim. Minnesota gets rebound. .30 gets a break to the rim, dobs off at 22. His chair spins. That's a difficult shot when your chair spins out of the way. Cat shot in the middle. She likes that shot. Usually she's good for it. Looks like Minnesota is daring Marquette to shoot, avoiding the quick slashing by Gianni and others to the lane. City comes back for the help defense. A little bit of contact there. Good help defense. Got there a little late, but still enough to distract the shot. G gets in close. Shot is up. Shot is short. Rebound, Minnesota. Gianni's got the ball. Slashes to the hoop. Calls a foul. Not sure who that foul is on. That looks like foul's on number 12 for the hold. All right, Cat's got the basketball. Drops it back to Gianni. Cat does a good job getting G close to the hoop, and he hits. This defense is not going to hold if Marquette starts to hit its shots. They're under 50% right now, so not a bad defense to call. G slashes to the hoop. They decide to hold Cat instead of G, and he sneaks through for the and-one situation. Great move by Gianni, also an excellent free throw shooter. Marquette's prep team has arrived. They think they've got a game at 10 or 10:30. Make sure to check out WASA Golden Eagles prep if you want to watch that game. Should be competitive games here at regionals for them. Ball swings all the way over to number 30. G's going to jump that. The help defense is there. Nevertheless, number 30 is able to score and cut it to a 5-point lead. Oh, nice no-look pass to Mack in the middle. Unable to connect. Gianni, such great ball handling skills and often in games has more assists than he has points, and he's always scoring at least double digits. So just a phenomenal ball handler and team facilitator. Turnover, Minnesota. Cat swings the ball over to G. That ball escapes him out of bounds. Rare turnover for Marquette. Jordan doesn't like what he sees. Timeout, Marquette. We are back in action. Minnesota has the basketball. They've got a 5-point deficit. There's the shooting we expected for number 12. They're going to have to jump her. Otherwise, she's going to make Marquette pay. Sydney got in deep. G couldn't get the ball, but that leaves a lane open for Catherine, who just sneaks the ball in. Great play by Marquette. Ball rattles in and out. .20 seconds left to play. Shot clock is off. Taylor is behind Sydney, nestles in, high arcing shot, and swishes it. This defense is not going to work with Taylor Post connecting on about 75% of his shots. He's got 10 points here in the first quarter. G pokes the ball away to end the quarter. Your Marquette Golden Eagles are up 17-10. We'll be back in just a moment. Marquette won the tip in the first quarter, so it is now Minnesota basketball. Deep three-point shot attempt that clearly was a called play, almost went in. Minnesota trying to sneak one in there to get back in a hurry. Nice seal by Sydney. Gianni swings it over to Taylor. He's got a nice clear shot. It's up. It's good. Taylor having a phenomenal game. It's kind of like in standing basketball, the best way to beat a zone is to shoot over it if you've got the shooters. Well, the same is true in wheelchair basketball when you have a team that's not jumping the shooters. If they're not going to jump the shooters, your shooters have all the time that they need to get the shot that they want. And Marquette's doing exactly that. A bit of a miscommunication there. 3 seconds gets called. Mac was looking for the seal. G was looking for the pass. They acknowledge each other, and they're now back on defense. On the court, you've got Mac, G, Sydney, Cat, and Taylor. They try to pick out Cat, but she's too quick, and she's back in the defense. Plenty of time on the shot clock, though. Number 12, their number one threat, off the back of the rim, just not able to connect today. That's been the difference in the game. Gianni tosses over to Mac. Mac's going to shoot that one off the glass, as he does, and connects. Outstanding shooting performance by Marquette. They're going to try to pick Sydney out. They can't do it. She's back in the defense. Marquette's firing on all cylinders. They're up 21-10. Ball swings over to 30. Back over to 32, who is the good free throw shooter. Off the front of the rim, but there's a rebound. Taylor forces the turnover. Marquette basketball. G swings it over to Taylor. They're going to decide to jump Taylor. That should leave somebody open. This time it's Mac. So if you notice what happened there, they jumped Taylor, and they needed to continue to stay on Sydney and recover to help down low. That meant that Mac was wide open in the middle. So Taylor's shooting creates extra points for other players. And now he's got the rebound. Phenomenal game by Taylor Post. Here comes Gianni, fastest one on the court. Fastest kid in Wisconsin. Gets it to Mac in the middle. He's off the backboard again. Marquette is absolutely unstoppable in this second quarter. They're up 15, 25-10. They've shut down any offense from Minnesota and are just lighting up the net on the other side of the court. Another turnover by Minnesota. They are clearly flustered after a decent first quarter showing. They are struggling in this second quarter. Nice pass to Sydney. Sydney was being pushed out a little bit, rolling away, not able to connect. She's got to use the backboard there. And now she's picked out for the moment. But again, she's got the chair skills and the chair strength to get back. She's back in the defense. Number 12 shoots. No communication, and Marquette hits the ball out of bounds. All right, first points for Minnesota in this second quarter. Gianni's got the ball. Max down low. G finds him. He uses the backboard and finishes. Strong performance by the big, number 33, Mackery. Oh, nice slash. He's got to take that shot, otherwise it's going to be a 3-second call. I think generous on behalf of the referees, given the score in the game, that they did not call that. Sydney draws the defense away from G. They have to collapse on G, which leaves the ball open for Sydney. Foul called before the bucket on the ground. Minnesota knew what was going to happen on the finish there and prevented it. Smart foul play by them. Taylor nestles into his spot. Mac's been down there quite a bit. Pass from Taylor post too low for Mac. You see the help defense there. Sydney and Cat rotate. That causes the turnover. Phenomenal defensive execution. Too bad we don't have replay here because just great, smart heads-up defense able to help. City slashes to the lane, threads the needle. Sydney scores. Great execution. I don't know how Gianni saw her. I don't know how Gianni found her, but Sydney snuck her way into the lane, called for the ball. 2 points for Marquette. Shot is rushed by Minnesota. They'll take anything at this point after that incredible defense. G patiently waiting there, swings over to Cat. Sydney's got the seal. Cat's got the shot. Cat's got the points. Great offensive execution. Not much Minnesota can do at this point. Marquette with a commanding lead, 31-12. Shot is short. Taylor's got the rebound. Gets it over to the point guard, Gianni Quintero. He slashes to the lane. Got to pick him up. Layup for Gianni. Great pick and roll play, but Gianni frustrates it by getting one block, gets another hand in the way. Marquette's looking good in its first outing here at regionals. Mac has been in the lane a long time, but no 3-second call. He gets the layup. There's no stopping Marquette at this point. .250 to play in this first half. Ball in and out. Minnesota cannot buy a shot at this point. Cat's behind Sydney, looking for a better option. Swings it over to Taylor. Taylor's going to nestle in behind G here. Cat's got to get out of the lane. Taylor with the left-handed rolling shot. Not the shot we wanted to see, but we get the rebound. They're going to jump Taylor. That's going to free up somebody. It's Mac in the middle again, off the backboard and in. He loves that backboard, and it loves him today. Again, that all is possible because of the great shooting from Taylor today. They were sitting behind the screen, not jumping out on Taylor. Taylor made him pay dearly. Nice looking shot from number 30 for their 4th points of the quarter. Marquette has extended an impressive lead of 23 points here in the second quarter. G's got the ball. They're going to call 3 seconds. Not going to cut G a break. G is known to train with the Paralympic athletes as well as some of the other players on the court. So blessed to have Whitewater, Wisconsin being the center of wheelchair basketball, and so many opportunities for the kids to see elite athletes. Nice swing defense, not letting anybody into the lane. 12 gets a shot up. Feel bad at this point. 12 just an incredible shooter and is not able to connect. You can really credit Marquette's defense, but also that rim is just not friendly to her today. She's double teamed in the corner. About 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to put up a three. They do. And number 30, also a great shooter. Some momentum for Minnesota. Crowd erupts. The lead is cut to 20 with 31 seconds left to play in this first half. Head fake by Gianni. Over to Taylor. He's a bit distant from where he likes to be. He cuts to the lane and is able to connect. Connects with the back of the rim, unfortunately, not able to score. Two seconds left. No shot. So impressive showing by Marquette on both sides of the floor, only allowing 7 points in that quarter, but more impressively, scored about 20 by themselves. We'll see you for the second half here in Hopkins, Minnesota for the regional tournament, the last tournament for nationals. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back for the second half. Welcome back for the second half. Looks like I missed a three-pointer there. Mac at the free throw line. Nice dish to number 32 in the middle. He scores. It's 40-19. So Marquette may have built up what is an insurmountable lead here, but any team can score if your defense lacks. So they've got to pay attention. Taylor with another 2 points. Phenomenal showing by Taylor Post. Ball is poked away. Minnesota recovers. Number 12's got it on the outside. She's double teamed. That means somebody's open. They've got to swing the ball. Shot clock is going to round in 2-1. Shot is up. Nice looking shot. As the shot clock was expiring. G's got the basketball. He's got a steal from Cat. Mac's going to cut to the lane. Gets it to the hot hand. Foul called before Taylor can score more buckets. Taylor gets it to Mac. Mac swings it to Cat. She cuts to the lane. She's in the middle. Off the back of the rim. No good. .30, who has had some bright spots here, gets close to the rim and shoots off the front of the rim. Sometimes when so much gets put on your back as a player, you get a little bit tired, don't have that same shooting performance. Taylor able to sneak through off the backboard and in. Just having a phenomenal game. She can shoot. She hits the three-pointer. Three-pointers have been the bright spot for Minnesota. Still a 22-point lead. G likes that shot off the backboard. Nice, easy, and patient. Looks like Sydney's going to come in together with Ethan. Nice to see Ethan to be able to get some playing time here at the regional tournament. Although not the defense that was called, it was still had a good outcome. Going to call Taylor with the foul there. Ball is up and is good. Strong free throw shooting team. Two for two. Ball swings over to Taylor, who's had the hot hand. He sneaks in. Ball short. Off of Minnesota. Stays in Wasa's possession. Nice smooth shot by Marquette. On that middle court, you could see that Kansas City has built a 40-24 lead against Nebraska. We play Nebraska tonight. Should be a good game. Nebraska got the better of us early in the season, but Marquette recovered quite a bit and was able to get the better of Nebraska later in the season. Sydney's going to sneak in here. Taylor sees her, but decides to swing it over to G. Sydney didn't have quite the position. The better shot was over to G, who hits again off the glass. The dive's not getting much action here with such great shooting and the defense being called by Minnesota not to jump the shooters. This is a shooter's game, and the shooters are doing well. Sydney covers two on her own and stops the basket. Good defense by Sydney Whaley-Smith. Long shot, deep in the shot clock. Had to shoot it, got off a good shot, but does not connect. Taylor gets fouled again now that they've decided to jump him. G doesn't quite get it off the backboard as he had in previous efforts. 2:30 to play in this third quarter. Sydney draws the charge. Marquette basketball. Taylor sees Sydney down low.
Nice.
Finally rewards the dive that has been working so hard for him this game. Taylor has probably about 20 points with the great ceiling from Lucy and from Sydney. Just phenomenal work. Mac has been involved in that effort too. Getting Taylor open. 30, getting another shot. Great shooter. You get a glimpse of what this Minnesota team can do when they don't have defense in their face. G sends it over to Taylor. Taylor's going to reward Sydney here again. Sydney gets the and one opportunity after a chair is hooked. Those two have been doing the pick and roll all season. Great to see both of them doing so well here today. Sydney with the free throw off the back of the rim. It's Minnesota basketball. Number 30 is coming in hot. Sydney stops him. That is so hard to do. Having had been in a chair myself, somebody coming at you full speed, you really got to know what you're doing to stop them. Sydney did a phenomenal job stopping Cam at LWSRA during the last tournament, and here stops 30 coming in fast. G sneaks in. He's loving the backboard today. Not his friend there.
Head out, Dwight.
50 seconds to play in this third quarter. Marquette maintains a dominant lead. They're up by 26. Good help defense. Cat comes in, frustrates that shot. That's the way it's supposed to work, folks. Again, you jump the shooter. The person that's doing the dive on the offense did what they're supposed to do and cut to the hoop. So you've got to recover. That leaves your person open. And Cat came over to frustrate that offensive play. Minnesota did everything that they were supposed to do, but Marquette's defense was just better. Taylor with the steal. G's got to take a shot. That's the end of the third quarter. Marquette's up 54-28. We'll be back for the fourth quarter at this first game at the Regional Conference Championships here in Hopkins, Minnesota. All right. Max got the basketball. Little ball handling from the big. He's got the green light to shoot. He does, and he scores. Three-pointer for Macquarie.
It looked like the one that.
Minnesota has the basketball. Swings over. Number 30 can shoot. He gets hooked by Mac. Foul called. 8:28 left to play in this game. Number 30 has the ball. He can shoot. He does, and he scores. Strong performance by number 30 today on Minnesota, but he is not able to keep his team in it. Mac ball handling. Cat gets a great pass from Sydney, too strong off the backboard. Hopefully we'll see a lot of those pass connections and more scoring from that duo. Cat is only a junior. She'll be back with Lucy and Sid, and Anna will join the team as well, and likely Ivy Cosgrove will be getting some more playing time on varsity. So we'll be getting close to an all-girls squad again next year. 30 over to 12. Nice pick and roll. The dive there is not able to score. Marquette basketball. Lucy's got the basketball. She's got a steal from Cat. She can take that shot if she wants it. She nestles in behind Cat, takes a look at the rim, decides against it. Everybody's telling her to shoot. She sends it over to Mac. Matt off the glass. Oh, Lucy almost had the rebound. Unfortunate tip to Minnesota. Here they come. They're down 25 with 7 minutes left. 32 gets to the rim, but Sydney gets there too, puts a long arm in front, and stops that fast break and score. Great defense by Sydney. Max got the basketball. Here comes Marquette. Mac could decide whether he was trying to swish it or go off the backboard. That in-betweener doesn't go in. So Prep is warming up at the far court. Their game is at 11 o'clock. Make sure to check out their stream at WASA Golden Eagles Prep. I know fans here will be headed over there to enjoy that game. Sydney covering two people over there. Not able to do it by herself this time. That's okay. The two shooters were on the other side of the court, so you want that third shooter taking that shot. So not a terrible collapse in defense, but coach is going to want to see that cleaned up before we play in future games here at the regional conference finals. Mac with another great short shot off the backboard. He's hit a couple of long three-pointers today. Number 12 is such a great shooter. Frustrating, I'm sure, for her and her team, not able to hit as many shots as she'd like to today. But again, credit that to the great defense here by Marquette. Cat swings it over to Sydney. Sydney's going to take the jump shot off the backboard, but too far. Bit out of her comfort zones, but coaches are trying to get her to expand her game. She's only a freshman together with Lucy. Lots of promising talent on this Marquette basketball team. Max got the rebound. Mack is in close off the backboard. It's good. He's in double digits for this game. About 4.5 minutes left to play. Another three-point attempt by number 30. Those shots are always close, if not in. Mack with the shot over to, or a hook pass over to Sydney. Coaches are demanding that Sydney shoot. Ball is too strong again.
Keep shooting, Sid!
They are going to make her shoot until they go in. So some good practice here for Sydney. Sydney's got a big smile on her face. Coaches are not going to let her hang her head. They want to get her some jump shots here. Interestingly, that those shots are deeper than they need to be. Typically, younger players are leaving the ball short, but Sydney's so strong. So no problem getting the ball there. The aim is on. She's just got to get those shots a little bit higher. Some work to do over the summer to add to her repertoire of threats. Blocked by Mack. Sydney's got one back pick. That means Marquette has a 5-on-4 briefly. We'll see if they do with anything. Cat is freed up. Great finish by Cat. That play started in the backcourt when Sydney backpicked one of those players. Perfect timing and execution by the rest of the Marquette team to take advantage of that player being out. Again, textbook performance by Marquette in 3 out of 4 quarters. Slow first quarter start for them. Shot is up, no good. So unfortunately, no tradition like a senior night here in wheelchair basketball. But what an incredible performance by senior Taylor Post in this game here. Far from a send-off. Lots of basketball played here in Minnesota and, of course, the national tournament. But great to see him get acknowledged by the rest of his team and the rest of this audience, and just an incredible shooting performance today. He's headed off to the University of Arizona in the fall. Strong program out there that can take advantage of his shooting talents and his basketball IQ. Timeout Marquette to get some players into the game. So Sydney and Kat check out. Those two have been playing together for a very long time. Since Sydney's been 8 years old, she's now 14, so they've been playing together for 6 years. Lots more basketball to come from those two in their senior year. Lucy's got the basketball. Looks like she's got not only the green light to shoot, but the mandate to shoot. She doesn't. Foul called travel called. The travel is going to take precedence here. Minnesota basketball. 2 minutes left to play. Marquette up by 29. 2 more points by Marquette would get us to a rolling clock, meaning it does not stop on out-of-bounds possessions or free throws. Gianni's got the basketball. Lucy's been given instructions to shoot. You can tell that she has been required to shoot this ball no matter what. She does off the front of the rim. Good practice for those freshmen, adding to their skill set. Minnesota has the basketball. Tipped by G. Ball goes in anyway. 1 minute to play. Taylor shoots, not able to connect. 45 seconds left. Ball tipped away by Gianni momentarily. 1 second left on the shot clock. Ball is picked up by Gianni. 10 seconds left. They're going to let this dribble out. They're going to get the ball to Ethan. Ethan throws the ball away. No harm, no foul. All right, folks, we'll see you at 12:30 for Marquette's next game against Mad City, and then again at 2:30 at Nebraska, which should be a competitive game. In the meantime, check out the WASA Golden Eagles prep team for their stream at 11 o'clock, or just enjoy this beautiful weather wherever you might be. We'll see you later.